Mathematical, statistical. Tell me your name again.
Jennifer.
Jennifer, go ahead.
There was not any homework for this.
No. Thank you for that question. Okay, homework is kind of a strange concept in this class because I don't call homework what normal people will call homework. Usually a math class. Go to class, do a lecture, go home and do a bunch of practice homework. So to draw a parallel to how I do things, today we're going to do stuff in class. I hesitate to call it a lecture because I have a lot of interaction with you guys, but it is a lecture. Let's call it a lecture. If we get done everything for today, I'll say, okay, that was the intro to Prob and Stat. Then, remember that page I took you to off the schedule page? It had the 9 topics. You can then go into that first topic list and do as much or as little of those problems as you want.
Okay.
The quizzes for next week become the homework that you turn in.
Okay.
That's it. That's it. It's a bit of a choose your own adventure. Because you can say, I don't want to do this quiz now. You're going to have to address that topic on the exam at some point. So you're going to have to learn it. Whether you learn it right now or in 3 weeks is up to you. Choose your own adventure. So those of you that are like me that need constant practice, just stay on that page. Get into those lines and start practicing those problems. Pick a random sample. Pick the ones that have YouTube solutions for if you want to go with that route. Just do the E problems, the extra problems at the bottom. Just do those because those have me working you through the solutions at the bottom too. Cool. Plus, oh, you're welcome. And the quizzes themselves, you'll see this when you see the one I'm working on right now. It's 3 pages long. It requires some reading. It's got graphs embedded into it. It's got interpretations. I speak to you. I just typed the sentence and note before I left for my 244 class. I'm like, so it's got to be right, right? Right? Like, I actually typed that into the quiz, and I'm like, oh my god, I type exactly like I talk. So that's why they're 3 pages long, because I type like I talk, and I talk like an Italian. I just can't do the hands thing on the quiz. Yeah, I'm working on that too. I thought I saw a hand. Speaking of hands, was there a hand up? No. So, hopefully, Jessica, yes?
Jennifer,
that makes a little more sense. It's not like Hawks, or, sorry, let me bring up Ben. It's not, it's not like you've got to submit this. You have to submit 10 quizzes by the end. And we've seen more people submit more quizzes than fewer. Please.
So the
Elizabeth, thank you.
The assessments are optional in order to strengthen their skills.
In order to protect your grade, more than anything. So I make them optional, and I put as many out there as possible. So if you get to one, for example, tell me your name over there again. Linda, please. I mentioned a topic. Linda doesn't want to do it. She doesn't have to do that quiz and risk not doing well on it right now because she might need a little more time to pick up that idea. I'll get that idea assessed throughout the course, but the point in time can be fluctuating for different people. You don't have to get something in by everybody in the class doesn't have to do this thing by Wednesday to be assessed for points right then. If you're going to push it back, that's fine.
So the list of materials we can go through, are those the quizzes or just...
The quizzes can come from them, but the quizzes generally are just on the schedule page like your website quiz was. So if you look at next week, actually, let's put it up there. Let's actually just throw it up on the overhead so you can see it. Whoops, that's a Word document. I see you're doing. I understand. I wasn't answering your question, Elizabeth. Let's get my website up here. This rule. Schedule. So this is the extra practice I was just mentioning. But if you go to week 2, you'll now see down here. Here's a quiz on some terms from last week. So there's one quiz. Okay, points, 1 point each, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here's a quiz on primer. Okay. Fair. Okay. Okay. I can tell by the look some of you are going to be doing this one. That's okay. And then finally, last but not least, this one is the one I'm working on, the Gallup poll quiz. That'll be linked to, I'm thinking by later today, I'm hoping.
So then those are the only assignments that would be due?
You'd be given to me to submit for points. And there'll be like 3, probably at least 2, probably 3 or 4 each week. Dave, yeah?
So when we submit these on Blackboard,
yes, sir.
You just need us to name the file? Like,
you don't have to, because I'm going to have they're each going to have their own submission box. So like one will say quiz Gallup. One will say quiz primer, one will say quiz, whatever that first quiz is, and then you'll submit it to that box. They won't all go in the same box, and then I'll know which quiz is where based on where you put it, assuming you put it in the right place. If not, I'll figure it out. Does that make sense, Dave?
Sure does.
Good. It's just like if you had a multiple upload option. Upload as many or as few, you can this browse kind of thing. Yeah, Keith, go ahead.
you're putting it up, the quizzes. So if I want to do all 3 quizzes, do
Yep.
I have to turn them in by Thursday of next week?
Yeah, yes, exactly,
Okay.
exactly. And that could preclude it from happening, right?
By 10:15? Right?
Yes, that could preclude it from happening. Having to do 3 quizzes by 10:15 next week, plus living your life, plus taking other classes.
Okay.
Right? You might not run. You might want to do them when we run out of time. That's okay. That's why I offer so many. If you don't get to it now, they'll disappear and you'll do more. I've already got a second primer quiz ready to go for next week, so I'll double this one up for the following week. I've got God knows how many of these. I've got 2 more sitting in my inbox waiting to be made, like this, that'll show up next week. I tend not to just assess one time on things. I like to assess multiple times. So if you find a topic you like, you can keep hitting that one. And I try not to put them all in one time. I try to spread it out so you can find a time to work on it too. It's a buttload of work, but it also is better for you guys because you can protect your grade and also learn at the same time. It's this wonderful dance I've been trying to learn how to do over the past 20 years, and I'm not much of a dancer.
So we can truncate the quizzes.
Yeah, that's the way I think of it. Yeah, that's a great word too.
I love
Good,
that
cool.
word,
Truncate is fun.
Yeah.
Truncate and plethora.
Yeah, plus
They're fun words. A plethora of quizzes that you could truncate at will.
Yeah.